Hi, my name is Mariah Freya and you will learn in this video how to practice the deer exercise. So my personal experience with this practice is spectacular because when I've started practicing the 2 steps of the deer exercise, I started to have breast orgasms. Yes, you heard me right, breasts orgasms. It awakened the sensations in my breasts and I realized how powerful the breasts are for my orgasmic potential. So I'm a sexual empowerment coach and founder of Beducated. And in this video you will learn step by step how to practice this exactly. So let's jump right into this. The Chinese medical doctors actually observed that some wild animals that live in a state of everlasting health. So that is, for example, the crane, the turtle, and the deer. They are very known for their longevity. Especially the deer has one of the most potent sexual and reproductive abilities. And Chinese healers were very clever in this and adopted the behavior of the deer and created a very simple practice. So this particular deer exercise is for women and cultivates a sexual energy. There's also another deer exercise that's specifically for men. It also improves the overall vitality and also mental focus. So you will be able to be more sharp at work or be more sexual with your partner and just feel more turned on. So it can improve also your sexual joy and simply your willingness to experiment more and also unleash the potential of the clitoral, the vaginal, and the whole body orgasms. So let's jump right into the so-called deer practice. It contains 2 parts. First, a pleasurable massage of the breasts, and second, a pelvic exercise called holding firm, which is similar to a Kegel exercise. So we begin now with the first step, the breast massage. For that, I recommend to remove your clothes and also your jewelry. If you have any rings, just put them on the side. Then I recommend to sit cross-legged or in a comfortable sitting position on a chair, but the most important part is to have your spine straight. Then, first of all, start rubbing your hands together. Until you feel they're heating up and feel a little bit charged with energy. Then you can apply some coconut oil or any other oils that you feel is simply nourishing you or smell perhaps nice. So I can put on some coconut oil in my hands and then I simply start to connect with my breasts. So the best way to connect with your breasts and also your heart is simply to breathe into your breast. And simply feel this extension of your heart. Your fingertips are already pointing towards the heart. So you can imagine that you're connecting with this part in you more deeply. Then the next step is to touch your skin lightly with your fingertips, but also with your whole palms. So I'm actually moving from the top inside towards the heart center. So I'm moving from outside towards inside, circulating my whole palms around the breasts. So I'm actually not touching the nipples. I'm just moving in a circular manner all around the breasts, from up to the center, down, and on the sides up again. And this is a process that I'm doing for 36 times. So I'm actually counting each circle until I'm at 36. That's a great number in the Chinese philosophy. Might sound like a lot, but it's actually perfect to tune in more with your breasts and making it a delicious breast massage meditation. And when I'm done with the 36 times, I'm actually moving from the inside towards the outside. So I'm moving from down up to the center and on the sides down again. And I'm repeating this motion for another 36 times. You will actually notice that your shoulders will get a nice workout too. And especially if you're doing this every single day, except during your menstruation, this will be a great spiritual but also physical workout. I personally do this practice perhaps 2 or 3 times per week, simply to reconnect and keep my longevity up and to, nurture my heart and breasts. So when you are done with the 36 times, you can move to the second part of this practice, which is as important as the first one. This part is called holding firm, which is a pelvic contraction exercise. So first you simply rest your hands in your lap. Then I'm forming a fist, so I'm placing my thumbs into my fingers, forming a fist. This actually activates many important acupressure points. Then the next step is to tighten the muscles of your vagina. So continue breathing, don't stop breathing altogether, just stay relaxed while you're holding the contraction as long as you comfortably can. So I'm lifting my pelvic floor, the PC muscle, which is the muscle that you use during urinating. So when you're holding in the midstream, you're actually contracting your PC muscles. So during this contraction, I'm actually sitting with closed eyes, focusing on contracting my vaginal muscles. I'm holding firm, I'm keeping this energy in, but I'm also staying relaxed in the same time. So I'm keeping my belly, my anus, and any other muscles that I don't need except my vaginal muscles relaxed. And I'm simply holding this for as long as it feels comfortable. So also make sure that you're feeling the tingling sensation from your pelvic floor along your spine all the way up to your brain. So it's actually massaging your brain and your whole body beautifully. And then once I'm feeling ready and I let go of my vaginal muscles, I'm actually just getting back into a normal sitting position. Just keep your eyes closed and focus on the effects of this practice. So this is not complicated, that's it, but it's super powerful. So remind yourself always of the positive effects, and this will fuel your motivation for this exercise. And together, the 2 phases of the female deer exercise spread the sexual pleasure and energy through the body, and also increasing the potential over time on the clitoral, vaginal, and whole body orgasms. The exercise, by the way, also increases fertility. So in case you want to get pregnant, this is a great practice to do. And it also relaxes sensitivity by regulating female hormones. So that means if you're emotionally a little bit unbalanced, this is great to do. And also it increases your blood flow, so that nourishes your libido and makes you more horny and simply more alive, which is beautiful. So again, I would recommend to practice it every day for, let's say, the next 3 weeks. But I would definitely skip the menstruation time. And if you then, want to really see the effects, you definitely have to do it on a daily basis. But if you just want to maintain it, I would do it 2 or 3 times per week. Let's think about the deer again here, from whom this great animal inspired the Chinese doctors to create the deer exercise. And yes, indeed, if we watch it and look more closely into the deer world, the deer does contract its sexual glands, it does contract the anus, and it does sort of activate it consciously. So I think it's a great way for us to learn that and to actively have a practice that supports us, to really tune in and to ultimately activate those tingling sensations and those energies and nourish us from inside out. So for more content and video material about conscious sexuality, make sure you subscribe to our Beducated channel, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the comments. Bye for now.